emoji.
let's jump right in, Michelle. And I thought we could start by just having a nice overview of your life, as in what, this is, and it's in a sense crazy as well, because how do you fit an entire life within the next 10 minutes? Not easy to do, but at the same time, I'm going to ask you to do the impossible by at least hitting on the highlights, or maybe just focusing on what has made your life particularly unique, or what has been the passions, or what has been kind of your destiny, if you will, or your sort of calling in this life that you feel, if there has been any kind of patterns that you've noticed at all.
Sure, I'll do my best.
Yeah.
So I'll start by being well, I will be always transparent. So that'll be the rest of our time together and whenever you speak with me. The beginning of my life was a struggle. I wasn't a very happy child, and I didn't understand why the world was the way it was.
Mm.
And when I went to school, undergraduate NYU, graduate Columbia, I studied psychology.
Mm.
And after spending a short time working with neurologically impaired children, I joined the corporate world. And that's a long
Mm.
story how I made that jump for another time.
Right.
At Citibank, which was the height of my corporate career, I experienced really deep dissatisfaction. I knew I was missing a sense of meaning and purpose. And so I quit and began an inner journey, meeting the master of Kundalini Yoga. His name was
Mm.
Bhajan. Studied with
Yes.
him while he was on the planet. And I would say over the next 25 years, studied with him and others who were experts in neuroscience and Vipassana and et cetera, et cetera.
Mm.
Um, what I'll just say now, I'm joining others more in community than ever. So I'm part of the Conscious Business Synergy Circle, which was launched by, and we launched the Conscious Business World Summit in 2019, a joint project of Deepak Chopra's Evolutionary Leaders Circle
Mm.
and Humanities Team and Unity Earth. I'm also a member of the Conscious World Citizens Academy, where thought leaders and spiritual leaders are developing and connecting more of the inner dimensions of the SDGs at the UN, the United
Mm.
Nations. Yeah.
Oh.
But I do, on an ongoing basis, I'm the planning and development director of Conversations New York. And
Yes.
yeah, right. And we're one of the foremost, free public community based organizations to help people speak with one another. Yay!
Mm. Mm.
and,
Very
and
interesting.
and yeah, it's really we're hoping to expand that this year. Formerly president of the Manhattan Holistic Chamber of Commerce. I'm an author of Conscious Entrepreneurs, a radical new approach to purpose, passion, and profit, and I'm a TV producer. So that's kind of a little bit working a lot with other corporations, but I'll
Yeah.
say what is running my heart now is working with thought leaders and helping them understand after 50 years under Milton Friedman, who was a leading economist, saying the definition of business is profit. That's their only
Mm-hmm.
fiduciary responsibility.
Yes.
As was declared 2 years ago, the Business Roundtable has agreed beyond just shareholders, there are stakeholders
Yeah.
that are enabling companies to be more sustainable. So I'll summarize it by saying I help companies move from 1P profit to 4Ps, yes, profit, people, planet, and purpose.
Well, thank you, Michelle, for that quick summary, and thank you for being so transparent about your difficult childhood, or the fact that you were not so happy with your childhood, because unfortunately that's for many of us. You're not alone, and so I imagine the other people here are kind of curious as to how you were able to transcend that or move through that. Did you find that working on your body was most helpful? Working on your mind was most helpful? Was it psychology that was most helpful? Or did you feel like working with Yogi Bhajan or your spiritual work was most helpful? Or do you feel like it was just a combination of all three aspects, body, mind, and spirit, that
Well,
was
thanks for the
really
multiple
helpful?
choice. Thanks for the
Yeah.
multiple choice question. um, I am very holistic and multi-focused, and so
Mm,
of course it's all of that. There's
mm,
no silver bullet, I don't believe, to anything. And
yes.
I trust my soul more than ever. Didn't know that when I was younger, but now I
Mm,
can live in peace and let life unfold and know it all serves me